There it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty.
They're really pretty. Like, when I say they're crystal clear and blue water.
Is this like a shortcut, or is this the only way to it?
These are the ways to them.
The only way?
They're in the they're in the woods. They take lime rock and repair the roads and stuff with them, and made the roads in lime rock, and they had to dig down.
Oh, that's
and they dug these ponds out to get lime rock, and then they just fill up with water.
But there's some big trucks in here. All the small. Like to lay down in this stuff.
Imagine just running an airboat over that.
Go kill stuff back there.
Imagine making an airboat and making it like a, oh my gosh. Making it a,
That it?
there's two of them, 1 and 2.
Are they clear?
Yeah, very.
They got alligators in them?
No, no. You can see, they're really pretty, really clear, really deep. So this one isn't that deep, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't look very deep. Thought there was what?
Then you'd have to come back a week later after all the dust to put it to swim in it.
What? Is that not what you expected?
No.
Not at all, isn't it?
Fishing and swimming, whatever you want to do.
I do it all, boy.
Hey.
Boy. You're gonna be excited when you watch this video. Levi said something pretty nice about you.
Oh yeah?
He did.
Michael.
All right, well here we are at our hunting camp. Caught my first little bass here at the rock pit. One of the rock pits that we have that they use to fix and repair the roads with. We're gonna let this little guy go. We caught him on the little Q-bomb, or the homemade C-bomb is what we call them. There goes the fish. See if we can't catch another one. We also, my kid and his buddy Levi, went and caught some shiners today on some micro fishing stuff. So they got a shiner out there on a bobber. See if we can't pick up a 10-pounder in this rock pit. I loosened my reel too much. That looks like I'm gonna have to tighten that. This Q-bomb is a little heavier than what I thought, so I don't need it to be so loose. Or C-bomb that works just like the Q-bomb. I don't sell them, I just make them for personal use. But they do catch fish. If y'all are ever curious, this here's a crystal clear lake. Crystal clear lake, rock pit. I mean, I can. All right, back here. Battery just died, but we're fishing the C-bomb, homemade lure similar to the Q-bomb. We just caught one bass, not on camera because we just got out here. We got a shiner. My boys went micro fishing. Well, my youngest and his buddy went micro fishing this morning and caught a whole bunch of shiners on some bread and a itty bitty 3-foot fishing pole. And they're out here with one on a bobber, trying to see if we can't get a big fish to blow up on it. Y'all can probably see that too. It's crystal clear out there.
I've got a baby bass eat my piece of bread.
Gotta watch out for snakes, timber rattlers, moccasins. Gotta tighten that, I think, just enough. got some cloud cover, which is perfect for this clear pond because they can see everything out here. Anytime you're in this clear water like this, anywhere, you just want to try to finesse fish them. Something real natural in color. Something that could be very subtle. Don't think I had a fish, I think. Yeah, I do. Oh. Thought I ran into some grass, in which I did, but I think I had a bite when I pulled it out of it. We're gonna try that again. There's some grass out here, like milfoil type grass that's growing where they've got these streak marks in it from the track hoe. Some of the more shallow areas got some grass growing up, and this Q-bomb will, or C-bomb will get. There it is. There he is. There he is. There he is. That's number 2. As soon as you pop it through that grass, catching those fish, it got hung up in the grass, and I popped it through the grass the first time and I missed the fish. Second time, he hung on. And they got little mouths, but there's some bigger fish in here. They're all clear, all white. Normally when you see fish that are this color, you want to try to fish something natural, because that means that water's normally really, really clear. Sometimes those fish will be, looks like they caught one over there, a little bluegill. Is it a little bluegill? Caught a little bluegill on the micro pole. This little lure here is pretty neat. They do catch fish. If anybody's skeptical, I'm fishing crystal clear water that it's a lot of times hard to catch fish here. On some monofilament, like 10-pound test is what I'm throwing. And I have this on a weighted Wacky hook. Some people will put it on just a normal Wacky rig hook or something like that. I'm just popping it and kind of letting it fall. And here's that hook, just a little weighted. It's also got a weed guard on it. This one looks like black with some glitter. But yeah, some people will put it on a hook similar to this, or a little baby drop shot hook, and then they'll put a nail weight in here. So I'm doing mine a little different than that. It gives it a little different action, but you just never know what's going to catch them. And so far, my little rig is working. Caught 2 already. And this particular Q-bomb that I made is, we call that color Florida Fuzz. And then this has got brown and chartreuse little legs on it. And again, you can put those through however you want. You don't have to go to the store and buy them if you have the plastic. You can even use a worm and tear it into pieces and put some little rubber through it and skirt material through it and try to catch fish with it. Alright, well, we made it over to this other pond. They're swimming in the other one, so I figured let's try this pond with a little bit darker water. You can see there it's way darker, but I also have those chartreuse little tentacles on there, so hopefully it'll pick up a fish. I see some bluegill in there flashing. But you can't see in this water like you could in that other side. A lot of times in these rock pits, fishing those bluff walls, all the way down, the little walls that they've cleaned up. Some of them drop straight down. Can catch fish, and I see lots of minnows all the way around the edge of this. Lots of little baby minnows. So if there's minnows there, that means that there's bluegill trying to eat the minnows and possibly bass trying to eat them. There he is. There he is. Caught him way out there. I thought I felt a bite. He's a little bit bigger. Not much. He's still clear, or still light colored on that little homemade Q-bomb, C-bomb. See if we can't catch us another one. That one was way out there, straight out. There was a time before we were here and we caught, I think one of us that was fishing hooked a 4-pounder, got it all the way to the bank, or 3.5 to 4-pounder in it, come off right at the bank. This pond is significantly larger than the other one. But there's all kinds of different types of features and structures in this that allow lots of forage fish and things to grow out there and to hide. Yeah, anytime you can find yourself able to fish a rock pit, you should go try and do it. But you got to normally fish some type of finesse type bait, just because of normally the clarity, because most of them, at least in the state of Florida, these rock pits are real clear. Lots of lime rock basins in the state of Florida, and most of the time the water's pretty clear. This one's got a lot of other trees around it, and it's kind of tannic a little bit. Some of the swamp, I think, might run into this one that's around here. Try to let this lure fall way down there, all the way to the bottom. There it went. Either that or a fish hit it. There he is. I saw my line get tight. That's two from way out there. Ooh, they're getting a little bigger, y'all. A little bigger. Let's go ahead and get a picture of that one. That one ate it. Good. Let's get a picture of that one with that thing stuck in its face. Yep. All right. Well, maybe. Oh, come on. There it is. Little blood on that one. All right, let's fix that wire. That wire straightened or straight out. Trying to unhook that. All right. Try this again. And I let that sink all the way to the bottom. And I watched my line lock up. Went straight. Let it sink. And how do you know that your line hit the bottom? If you're watching your line as it's sagging, well, when your line drops, or when your lure hits the bottom or a fish bites it, your line will fall all the way to the water. So there it went. My line just dropped, which I don't think y'all can see that. But then after I get it out there, I'll just pop it a couple times. Raise it up off the bottom and bounce it a few times. Let it sink back to the bottom. And that last time my line went tight again. After it sunk, my line just went straight out. I didn't even feel the bite. It just... That was good. Caught, I think, 3 fish right here. And the difference here is this water is darker. And I think it's harder for them to really pick out what this lure is. And bass are a predatory fish and a fish of opportunity. So if it's there and it's something that they think they can eat, they're going to try to eat it. I don't care if it's a stick, a leaf. If something falls just right whenever they're trying to feed or trying to find some food, they're going to try to eat it. All right, let's walk on around. We caught 2 or 3 right there. Carefully walk around because there's not trying to get bit by no snakes today. Oh, that's slick. That's something else. And that lime rock, y'all, when it's wet, it's like a slip and slide. Also in this lime rock, you'll come across snakes that are all buried up in those rocks. If y'all can't tell, I am not a fan of snakes. Not a fan of snakes. Try to get up here and see what we can do. Yeah, look at this, how cool that is. See, there's some moss or grass or stuff down this edge right here. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I had some type of fish chasing it already. Bluegill or a little baby bass. I see a little bass right down there. Little guy. Not the fish we're after the big ones. Another thing, I might have this thing falling a little too fast if I use something slightly different in weighted, or if I had a stick bait on there like a Cinco or a dipstick or even a Chihuahua worm or a sea worm, that's what we call it. It might fall a little bit slower. That slower presentation might even entice them better. And you might be able to see down there and kind of see how that, we're on a corner, a little point, but you can kind of see how that stretches out there. So it looks, you know, just like I was saying, a natural point on a lot of these rock pits. There's going to have all kinds of different indentions and divots and raised spots and humps and everything out there. You just can't see it very well. Ooh. Oh, I did have a bite. I reeled it real fast and it come and nailed it. But I think it was a bluegill. Or a smaller bass. I reeled it pretty fast. And then I got hit when I stopped it. We're going to try that again. That's a different type of presentation. Instead of the slight finesse-ness, still a finesse lure, but as soon as I stopped it, the fish nailed it. If y'all watch my line right there, you see how it kind of starts pulling tight? Here in just a second, if y'all can see that, it drops, and there it went. The line just kind of started to sag more. That means that I hit the bottom or a fish bit it. So now I'm just gonna pop it a couple times. Yep, got him. And that was me popping and popping it and swimming it pretty fast. Come on. That was me popping it pretty fast. Look at those little black spots. See those little black spots on his tail and on his fins? I don't know if those are parasites or what those are. All of his fins. There he is. Let that one go. And there was 2 fish with that one. There was a second fish that I saw come out trying to hit it, and that was swimming it pretty fast now. Let it get down there, and I was popping and reeling and popping and reeling it. Oh. I had another bite just then. Popping and reeling, and that fish hit it right before it made it to the bank, right off this corner. This natural point. Well, it's not natural, but looks like a natural little point. Fish don't know what to think about this thing. Dang, I think I found a deep hole out there. Because that took a while for it to hit the bottom. Just saw about a 1.5 pounder swim by. That might have been the fish. Maybe it wasn't as big as I thought, but he was definitely bigger, and he just swam right on by. And he's definitely a little bigger. They're growing. They are growing. Still looking for one twice his size. Look at all those boulders back there. Nice little fish. He took that right off the wall. I stopped it and Paused it right out there on the wall. And I just kind of jigged it like it was climbing the wall. We're going to let him go. And this lure right here we just made on the back of our truck a second ago. I had these little squares already cut out, and I had the skirts over there in the back of my backpack with these, and a fly tying tool, and we just put them together. I'll have to go do a video on making one here in a minute, since you guys can see you don't have to buy go buy them. You can make your own out of anything, really. Oh, I see fish jumping out there. A little school of bait fish, so there's something out there chasing them. Fortunately, I don't have anything big enough to throw out there right now. It's all in the truck. There's something out there. See that big old wake or something? Need to come on and get some of this. Whatever that is, looks like a big old fish. Me signing off. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.